Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called What is the Purpose of This Recent Setback? So for those of you that have been feeling kind of disappointed about something, you've been kind of feeling low about something, and you're wondering, like, is the universe playing a cruel joke on me, or what the heck is this? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into that. And I've been there myself, you know, with weird setbacks, and especially during Mercury retrograde. As Mercury is retrograde right now, there is a lot of weird setbacks going on, I'm sure, for multiple people, especially because this Mercury retrograde is going over my natal Mercury, going back and forth over my natal Mercury and Sun. Anyway, enough on that. So we are going to go ahead and get into it today. For those of you that enjoy my readings and you'd want to get a personal reading from me, you can certainly check my description box below to check out how to book a personal reading and my prices. For those of you that would like to check out my other YouTube channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, there's a link to that below. If you'd like to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, details for how to do so are also below too. And then finally, I just added a little tip jar in my description box to my channel. If you're enjoying my readings and you feel like buying me a little coffee or a tea, I highly appreciate that, but it is not required. So let's go ahead, and I'm just happy everyone's here and happy to be with you here today. It's a miracle that we all end up in the position that we do, right? Because, I mean, sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but it is, you know, it's quite funny how life happens. So let's go ahead and get into the piles. I should go over the piles first. We have pile number 1, which is the yellow tea light, pile number 2, which is the purple tea light, and pile number 3, which is the orange tea light. So close your eyes and take a deep breath. And think about, what are you feeling today? Are you feeling yellow? Are you feeling orange? Are you feeling the purple tea light? When you close your eyes, what are you getting right away? Yellow, purple, orange. What feels good today for you to choose, okay? And you can always watch more than one pile as well, and because hopefully we're gonna get some feelings of comfort and ease after we hit these readings, okay? And so let's go ahead and get into it for everybody here today. Let's do it. Okay, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the yellow tea light, and today's reading is called, Is This a Cruel Joke or What? What is the purpose of this setback? Okay, and this is a reading for those of you that have been feeling attacked, you've been feeling disappointed, or you've been feeling low lately, or there's something that's been upsetting. And as I'm starting your guys' reading, I'm already feeling like quite sad, or you know, like crying, or it's like this kind of like throwing the hands up at the sky, like the why me, and maybe some of you feeling like, why don't things ever like work out for me? Like, what's the deal? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into your readings, pile number 1, and hopefully Spirit is gonna give us some good answers to these questions and many more. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 1s who come here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium and the channel between yourself and pile number 1. Okay, so Spirit is showing me a spider. So some of you may have some particular feelings about a spider, or maybe you saw one recently, or you saw one crawling up the wall, or whatever it was. Spirit is telling me spiders and ladybugs, okay? So maybe I'm also getting like a sports team, or some type of team, or some type of group that would call themselves the Ladybugs. I don't know if you guys know of anything like that. Maybe you guys had a grandparent or something, or a grandma or something that was into that. I'm getting that like Purple Hat Society type of a thing. All right, pile number 1, for those of you that know what I'm talking about. I'm also getting like UK, like energy from the UK is popping through in this reading. I'm also getting Singapore or areas near there. What else here for pile number 1? Okay. I heard Spirit just wants you guys to like spruce yourselves up and maybe like, you know, splashing some cold water on the face or taking a quick shower and, you know, putting on some different clothes or something like that, or just kind of sprucing yourself up a bit or straightening yourself up a bit, okay, might be helpful for you in pile number 1. Let's see, Spirit is showing me blueberries and raspberries. Do you guys like to put those on your cereal or oatmeal or yogurt? Okay, I love it when Spirit gives me food references. And I heard it's like torture around here, okay? So, I mean, on the bottom of the deck, you guys, in pile number 1 is the Empress. So, if for those of you that have been feeling like all the doors have been closing on you, like people haven't been respecting you, they haven't been respecting your efforts and your energy, they've been taking advantage of you. Also, the Empress in the tarot represents the word door when we look at the Hebrew letter association. So it's about, you know, when one door shuts, another opens, but I know it doesn't feel that way. And some of you could be feeling a lack of love or self-love, or feeling like other people around you don't respect you. Also, when I had that thing of like sprucing yourself up or putting on something nice, maybe fabrics or materials that you like, that may make a world of difference. And I feel like some of you felt like you have been like in a world of hurt, a world of hurt, but Spirit wanted me to say hope. So I feel like that's going to be coming back for you guys. I'm also getting the name Joanna, okay? And I'm also getting the name Mickelson or Michelson or something like that. It could be a last name, or maybe there's someone named Joanna Michelson or Mickelson, and this is just a particular message to that person, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1, let's see. What is the purpose of this setback? We have the King of Swords. We have the 2 of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Cups. Okay. So it's not, it's like, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? Do I want to just completely, I have here the King of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. Of course, in the tarot, the 8 of Cups is the Lord of abandoned success. So I feel like once you guys start something, you really don't want to quit it. You know, pile number 1, you're not someone that just likes to quit or to walk away from something. And I do feel like Spirit is trying to show you where your efforts have been feeling like they're wasted, okay? Like wasted efforts. And for some of you, I'm getting like a work reference here too, something about your work. And I just heard like it's never good enough, or there's always, you know, somebody who has something to say about it. And, you know, you're always trying to make adjustments, I feel, pile number 1, for other people, or you're trying to find ways to deal. Okay, I feel like you guys are getting pulled in 2 different directions. Like there's someone here who's very decisive and wants to make all the decisions, and there's another person here that just doesn't care anymore and feels like they want to walk away, okay? And some of you could feel like you're stuck in the middle between this energy with the 2 of Pentacles here. And the 2 of Pentacles in the tarot is the Lord of harmonious change, right? And the King of Swords can be like very absolute type of energy. Like this is the absolute truth and nothing can change my mind, okay? So Spirit is actually trying to force some type of change in your life, or they're trying to get you to see where compromise is no longer assisting you and when it is just finally time to walk away. And for some of you, this could be, you know, a relationship setback. It could be with your work, and any number of things, okay? Spirit is also telling me writing, like something for those of you that are writing something or doing something with certain writings or analytical work maybe here. But I feel like Spirit is just saying, you know, it's not one or the other. Maybe there is a space to integrate here, but you can't be the only one doing it. And you know, other people need to, I see someone here who's very stubborn, who doesn't want to listen, and who expects you to always, expects you to always handle everything, okay? And maybe some of you just feeling like no matter what I do, it's not good enough, or, you know, like it's just a lost cause at this point, okay? I feel like some of you thought, well, this is gonna be really good, you know, and maybe some of you felt like you made a really smart decision here with the King of Swords to get into something or to do something. And now it's like, what the hell, you know, it's like not working out for me. And I'm thinking just about, you know, giving up at this point with the Eight of Cups, okay? And I also feel with the Eight of Cups too, it's a very lunar card. So something about the last lunar cycle, or those solar and lunar eclipse in Taurus and Scorpio that we just had, could have been very brutal or rough on you guys. There could have been some truth that was exposed as well. And it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? You know, is what I feel like you guys are saying. In the tarot, the King of Swords represents Gemini. So there could be somebody here with Gemini in their chart, but there's just this energy of, I don't know how to figure this out. And, you know, as much effort and mental energy as I put into this, it doesn't really, like, it doesn't make sense to me anymore, okay? So we have movement here. So yeah, Spirit is trying, I feel like, to tell you it's okay to go, or it's okay to move in another direction, even if you made a decision and your decision was very, very sound and you felt very, very good about it, or you put a lot into that decision and it seemed very, very final. You know, sometimes when we get into things, it's not as, you know, lucrative, wonderful, or whatever, you know? I mean, I feel like you guys are sustainers, you know what I mean? Even if a situation isn't good, I feel like you guys can stay in the mix and try to work with the energy. But let's see, we have trust. Okay, so Spirit wants you to trust the movement in your life right now, and, you know, and to not be like stubborn or pig-headed or overly analytical or letting your thoughts run wild, okay? And I don't feel like you got, okay, like some of you may be afraid that you made an emotional decision, or that you should have been smarter about something, or you made a decision about something in the moment and you feel like maybe it could have been more clear-headed, okay? And Spirit is just saying, trust the movement in your life right now. There's a lot of back and forth and trying to analyze everything, and I feel like it's slowing everything down for you, pile number one. So Spirit's like, you just have to trust in the moment and get some movement, okay? Get some movement on this situation, and let's not stay in analysis paralysis forever, okay? So trust the direction that you're headed, pile number one, even if it feels forced, even if it feels like you're giving up on something, even if it feels like it's premature, even if you feel dumb or weird for just trusting the movement of where things are going, all right? Because we can plan with the King of Swords. We can plan and we can plan and we can plan and adjust and adjust and adjust with the Two of Pentacles. But if it's not going anywhere, Spirit's saying, no, we want you to trust the movement. We have narrow-minded. Okay, so the King of Swords here is saying something feels very narrow-minded. You have a limited outlook on a perspective, on a certain perspective, and in your thoughts. What makes you think your thoughts are solid gold, okay? And this King of Swords is great, but also it's where the mind can kind of turn against us, you know what I mean? And we're sure of our opinions and we're sure of this, and it's like, well, I don't know, we might be doing more harm than good with our own, and I've been there, pile number one, like myself, you know, in that narrow-minded overthinking type of energy. And again, some of you might be dealing with someone who's very narrow-minded as well and has to have it their way. And you've been trying to make adjustments in this situation, but Spirit's like, go ahead, okay? Like, Spirit wants you to trust in the movement and the flow, And it may be a loss. With the Eight of Cups, it may represent a loss or where you had to turn your back on something that was previously good, but Spirit's saying that's fine, just go, okay? We have quarrelsome. Does this action fulfill an emotional need for you? Does it make you feel powerful? Is it a bad habit that needs to stop? Okay, so we have narrow-minded and quarrelsome, and the Two of Pentacles can also be like where we don't really want to give it up, you know, where we just keep throwing energy at something, okay? And even if it is out of whack, all right? And Spirit is saying, does this action fulfill an emotional need for you? Does it make you feel powerful? Is it a bad habit that needs to stop? Okay, so Spirit wants to ask you about that. We have here a time for healing. Yeah, so with the Eight of Cups and this balsamic moon and time for healing, Spirit is saying here, trust that instead of staying in the energy and fighting the energy, and you know, I can be like that too. I can be like a boxer with my own self, pile number one. I know how it is, where it's like I'm getting quarrelsome with myself. I'm getting too over opinionated. I'm getting too narrow-minded with the way I'm looking at something, okay? And Spirit is just saying, you know, there is something very peaceful about the Eight of Cups too, because it's that moment where we take that exhale, right? The King of Swords is the inhale. The Two of Pentacles is like holding our breath, right? And then waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then the Eight of Cups is like that release of breath, okay? And Spirit talking about easy flow, okay? Actually, Spirit just giving me that song by Pearl Jam called Even Flow. So maybe some of you guys know that song or you like that band. But we have Owl Spirit, you see clearly now, right? So this is card 43. We could have some people in their 40s, but it's like, I see clearly now. It's like, I thought I saw clearly before, but actually I need to get a little bit less rigid in order to see things super clearly, okay, is what I feel like this reading is saying to you, pile number one. Trust the movement that's happening in your life right now, and know that when the dust clears, you'll see clearly what's going on here and why this is happening. We have heart chakra, okay. Yeah, number 4. We have number 43, and then we have number 4. So we could have 4-4 energy here too, or 4-4-4. But I feel like Spirit is saying you can see clearly now that your heart is maybe not in something that you thought it was in before. Like maybe you were making a decision because it seemed very rational and practical and like a good way to manage something in your life that is changing, but it's like with the Eight of Cups, I don't want it anymore. That's not really what I want anymore. And Spirit is saying you have to follow your heart here, okay? And look at this movement card with the green on it, and look at the heart chakra, all right? So, and this trust card is purple, which reminds me of the third eye. So trust that Spirit is leading you and giving you this clear sight with this owl spirit. And Spirit's saying the reason this is happening is to realign you to what you really want in your heart, okay? To what, in the deepest part of your heart, you know, that it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, all right? And you can see clearly now in a situation, pile number one, especially when some of you guys have been really sacrificing while other people have been being very narrow-minded and stubborn and not wanting to help you, leaving you to do everything, okay? And Spirit's saying you don't, whether it's a relationship or a work situation, you don't need to be constantly, you know, walking on eggshells for other people. You don't need to be the one that's always making all the adjustments. Okay, Spirit's saying we're trying to show you what's good for you from the perspective of your heart, okay? And also to give you like the shrewdness to make the right choice for yourself with this King of Swords, all right? and to use that King of Swords energy wisely. All right. We have here move forward. Absolutely. We have movement and we have move forward. We see clearly now, trusting the heart and where the heart wants to go. Okay. It's a time for healing. It's time to move forward. Okay. And two messages here of movement and moving forward. So clearly that is a huge purpose of this setback for you, is to get you to kind of like stop making little adjustments here and there to appease yourself or to appease someone else, but to completely let go and move forward. Okay. And sometimes we get these tests. It's like, are you ready to let go? Are you still hanging on? Are you really ready to take action on that or not? We have Sun in Aries and new beginnings. Oh boy, pile number 1. And I love that yellow tea light with the sun and the big sun in Aries. And you can see the dolphins here. And it says a leap of faith, card number 1, and new beginnings. All right, this card to me has a mix of both the Fool and the Magician in it. Because it's card number 1, it's got some of the Magician in it because it's talking about a leap of faith. That reminds me of the Fool. So it's like, and because it's an Aries card and it's like very, very dynamic, that's that Magician energy of that dynamic movement into a new beginning. Okay, and Spirit doesn't want you to linger or suffer anymore in a situation, I feel, and doesn't want you to perpetuate your own suffering in any way, and is wanting you to have a new beginning. So lots of stuff here about moving forward, healing, and having a new beginning. We have an eclipse in Sagittarius, and this is card 33. We have 43, 33, 23, and then we have 33 and 34. Okay, so we could have people around those ages, but we have growth. Oh my God, pile number 1. Oh my God, and look at that beautiful sun right there again. And this is where the sun is eclipsing the moon, which is opposite. Which is actually what's on the 8 of Cups card. The moon is eclipsing the sun, okay? And here, well, the moon is eclipsing the sun and the sun is eclipsing the moon. So I was talking here. So I was talking about that, those eclipses, so that's something important for you guys. And some of you could have Sagittarius or Aries energy in your chart. You don't like to give up. You don't want to give up. And you may be a bit stubborn at times. All right. But this literally says, pile number 1, success after a setback. Okay. Growth, huge growth for you. And, I like it because it's putting you in center stage, and we have the sun eclipsing the moon. And I think in this case that, yang energy of moving forward and trusting your heart and walking into a new beginning and moving forward, and that, yang type of I'm here to grow and learn. All right. Sagittarius is a sign ruled by Jupiter, and it has to do with, growing and learning and even looking at things in a philosophical way, right? And more from a yang perspective and less from like an emotional perspective less from an emotional perspective and more from a yang perspective. Pile number 1, why do I keep getting everything reversed? All right, in your guys' reading, like I'm saying everything in a reversed way. And maybe that has been part of the setback here, is things that were said in a way that like reversed a decision or reverse something. All right, but Spirit's saying that's fine. Move forward. The figure on the 8 of Cups is walking away from 8 full cups, and we don't know where he or she is headed. But who knows? That 8 of Cups figure is going to run into what next? The 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Isn't that better than the 8 of Cups? For sure, right? So keep it pushing, keep it moving. I feel like Spirit is saying here. And okay. Some of you may have had a fight here too with this narrow-minded and quarrelsome energy. You might have had a fight with someone too here, and you had to walk away from this person. And I feel like Spirit is just saying, trust the movement, okay? Trust the energy, trust the movement. You can see clearly now it's a new beginning for you, you know, out with the old and with the new. Let's see, anything else here regarding what does pile number 1 need to know, Spirit, to work with this energy? What does pile number 1 need to know? Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Absolutely, right? Talk about the heart chakra. And you got to follow your heart, you know? And the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles doesn't feel very nurturing to me anyway. You know, I feel like you guys are headed to a more like nurturing, loving space, okay? And this is Cancer energy with the Queen of Cups here, but it's very important that you guys nurture yourselves right now and that you let other people love you and nurture you too. And I feel like there's a situation over here with this narrow-minded, quarrelsome. It's very controlling. It's very, it's not very like peaceful. It's not very nurturing, pile number 1, whatever you've been dealing with, all right? And Spirit wants you to flow, all right, with the Queen of Cups, to flow into someone else's arms who's better for you, or to just flow out of this situation entirely and move forward. And it doesn't have to be some dramatic thing. I feel like Spirit's like, just put it down and walk away, okay? Anything else here? Pile number 1 needs to know. Anything else here? Anything else here? The Six of Cups. Okay, there's better, look at the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck, moving on, letting go, releasing yourself from a mental prison, or from a fight, right? Because the Five of Swords comes before the Six of Swords. So letting go of it, and just, you know, sometimes you have to, as they say, sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the war. You know what I mean? And yeah, with this energy, I just feel like, talk about the heart chakra and love. For those of you that are looking for a partner, and you're looking for happiness and love and tenderness and emotional support from friends, from a partner, from the people that you care about in your life, I feel like Spirit wants you to move in the direction of your heart, okay? And some of you may be feeling kind of nostalgic right now, but I feel like, you know, Spirit is just saying, like, look at what's coming next as a gift of love. All right, pile number 1, and that's some high vibing energy right there. What's coming next to you, I feel pile number 1 is a gift of love. I really see that Ace of Cups coming to you, and it's far more tender, caring, and nurturing of an environment or a person, or just the way you're being to your own self, okay? And Spirit just told me limitless love, okay? They want you to trust the movement of your heart space right now and go towards that luminous, limitless love, okay? And there is gonna be people, Spirit just gave me the word emotional support. There is gonna be people along the way to give you emotional support, and you for them as well, okay? And for some of you, I also see a child here as well, and a situation that may involve a child too, and I think there's some deep healing around that as well. All right, pile number 1. So that is what I am getting for you, my loves, and it ain't easy. That's for sure. It's not easy being a human these days at all. We're less likely to get eaten by a tiger, but we're more likely to drive ourselves insane, right? Anyway, pile number 1, if you enjoyed that reading, I do have a little tip jar in my description box if you feel like buying me a little coffee or a tea. I would so appreciate it. If not, I hope to see you again soon, pile number 1. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 2. Okay. Okay. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the purple tea light, and today's reading is called What is the Purpose of This Setback? Is the universe playing a cruel joke on you or what? And this reading is for those people that are feeling attacked, disappointed, or feeling low. Okay, and I was already getting messages when I was starting your pile, and damn it, I was afraid I was gonna forget them, pile number 2. Oh boy, in one ear and out the other. Oh, Spirit was talking to me about anxiety. So some of you may have been feeling some anxiety. They're talking to me about anxiety and surrender. Okay, pile number 2. But let's go ahead and see here for my pile number 2s. I just heard, hold it now, we ain't finished. Okay, so I think that's from a song lyric or commercial. Hold it now, we ain't finished. Okay, so some of you are maybe feeling like, where's this going, or where's this headed, or is this just, over for me? Like, can I not expect anything better in my life? And I feel like your higher self is popping up to put her hand up and say, hold up, we ain't finished yet. Okay, pile number 2. So with whatever it is that you've been doing, it's like, it's not done yet. All right, pile number 2, but let's go ahead and see. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 2s who come here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 2. All right, Spirits giving me oven. They're giving me the oven. All right, and so maybe some of you have your oven on, or you're gonna bake something or make something, but I also just heard about something that landed someone in hot water. Okay, or feeling like that embarrassment, like when you start feeling all warm, hot under the collar, or your face is turning red like a tomato, and it's like, oh shit, and maybe it's like that, hold it, we ain't finished, is this whole thing of I feel finished, or I feel embarrassed, or I feel like I can't show my face there anymore, or I just feel weird about something. All right, Spirit is talking to me about Tilly, the name Tilly, or maybe it's Jennifer Tilly for those of you that like her. You can look her up online, but anyway, she has an amazing voice. It's like very scratchy and raspy. Maybe some of you have a little bit of that, or you're singers in some type of a way. Pile number 2. Let's see what else. Did you guys ever see that movie Chasing Amy from back in the day? Isn't it with Kevin Smith and all of that? It's from the 90s. Anyway, I don't know why that just popped into my head. Maybe Amy's a name here, or someone with that name. Let's see what else here for pile number 2. Okay. There's something about the dreaded Zed, or dread Zed, or something like that. Maybe someone has dreads, like actual dreads. I don't know what dreaded Zed, or the name Zed, or some type. It almost sounds like a comic book character in a way too, like the dreaded Zed or something interesting. It's almost like, okay, pile number 2. I don't know. Maybe someone has dreads, or you had dreads before, but let's see what else for pile number 2, please. Okay, I just heard a container for making magic, or for magic making. All right, so let's see what comes up for you, pile number 2. There's the 10 of Cups. Okay, so in pile number 1, the Empress is on the bottom of the deck, and I love how the universe keeps putting these like fabulous, open-hearted, energetic, loving, successful energies on the bottom of the deck, like that it's just right around the corner. Okay, and with the 10 of Cups, it's like I'm still getting that energy of like, I feel like I can't show my face around here anymore, or something like that. So maybe some of you have been dealing with that. Also, some of you may feel that you've suffered some setback when it comes to love or family. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. The 10 of Cups in the tarot is a Mars and Pisces card, and Mars is actually in Pisces right now in conjunction with Neptune. So that can also create like a huge lack of vitality and not being able to see things clearly, maybe blowing things out of proportion. All right. But let's go ahead and get into it. Especially that's a rough combination for anxiety too, Mars, Neptune. But let's go ahead and see. Like, it seems like every time you do something, it seems like it's getting ruined or shut down, maybe, pile number 2. You guys are like, don't remind me. Stop talking about it. I'm like, okay. It's like, don't talk about it. It just makes it worse. And here we have the Page of Swords. So the Magician. Oh my God. I just had a container for your magic. Pile number 2. Okay. Wow. Well, these are 2 very mercurial cards, very curious energy. Mercury is in Gemini right now, and it is retrograde. It's going to be, actually, it's slipping back into Taurus here, but it's been in Gemini. It's going to keep going in Gemini after this retrograde. So it's a lot of mercurial type of energy. It's very mentally active, very mentally stimulating. It's definitely like you have the whole world out there. You're not done yet. There's still so much more to discover in the world. And for some of you, it may involve learning. It may involve some type of study. It may involve some type of mental journey. And Spirit is like, here, what do you want to create? What do you want to put into motion? All right. And there's so many tools at your bequest or at your benefit, I feel, pile number 2, and it may not feel that way. It may feel like a very stuck in the mud type of feeling. Oh shit. Pile number 2, for some of you asking about love, and I mentioned there's the 10 of Cups and here's the Ace of Cups. The universe is saying there's going to be new opportunities for you to see things in a different light when it comes to like how you think about your relationships and how you think about love going forward, okay? And, with the Page of Swords here, we can also feel like we're in a losing battle, and no matter what we come up with, no matter what we do, no matter how we maneuver something, it just doesn't work, okay? And this can be when we're overdoing it too with the Page of Swords, and or we're not trusting ourselves enough, is what I also feel. Pile number 2, okay? And I just got the sign Leo, so maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo or someone who has Leo in their chart, or you do, but Spirit is giving me that Leo energy, okay? If you could have what you loved the most, pile number 2, what would you wish for? Is what I feel like this reading is saying. And there is something with the Magician about drawing down the power of the Fool and drawing on the power of that new beginning. And it feels like a new beginning that's anchored in love. And it's very exciting. It's very emotional. And it feels very cleansing. And I feel like Spirit is saying, pile number 2, that they want you to cleanse your energetic field. They want you to cleanse yourself emotionally. And they want you to like set the table, like get out the new dishes, put down the tablecloth, metaphorically or in actuality. I feel like Spirit is saying, set the table for love, okay? Or set the table for healing. Set the table for new energy and new vitality to wash through you and wash over you, all right? And I feel like, yes, it is mercurial, but it's also very calm and peaceful, okay? And with this Page of Swords, some of you guys may have been having a lot of anxiety, trying to figure out every situation, respond to every little thing that comes up, and it's just too much, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's distracting you guys from like what you really love or what you're really trying to do, okay? So it's time to kind of maybe put the mind to rest. And I know like easier said than done, but with the Ace of Cups, I feel like Spirit, it's the hand producing the cup from Spirit saying, slow down, take it easy. It's going to happen. You have everything you need right in front of you. And you have immense power to draw on with the Magician. And the things that you're saying and the words that you're repeating have great importance in the type of power that you're manifesting. I feel pile number 2, okay? Spirit is like harping again on the Leo thing. I'm like, all right, we have stop, okay? So stop, stop having with the Page of Swords, like, I feel like some of you are just constantly learning, or maybe you're just constantly studying or learning something, and it's like, or trying to get something or try to make something happen. And it's like putting on a shoe that doesn't fit. And Spirit is saying, stop doing this, because, the anxiety that you're feeling, or I feel like you guys are being very tempted to go in a different direction. Okay. And, maybe with this Page of Swords, it's like, I got to research it, I got to study it or whatever, and I'm overthinking it. All right. We have balance here. Spirit saying, stop and get balanced. Okay. This situation is telling you, has been out of balance. And I feel like we just keep running over things over and over and over in our heads with the Page of Swords, trying to figure out how we could have said things differently, how we could have done things differently, if we would have made different choices when we're younger, all these types of things over and over and over. And Spirit is saying any situation that's causing you to go into overdrive with that, they're saying stop and get yourself balanced, because there's so much to look forward to with this Magician and the Ace of Cups. Okay, stop worrying. Is easier said than done. I know, pile number 2, I know. We have manipulative. Let go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self-esteem? Okay, so this Page of Swords could also be manipulative, like, we say too much or we insist on something, or we say too much because we want to exert power over a situation, okay? And the Magician could certainly be manipulative if he or she wanted to be, because the Magician is channeling quite a bit of power, and with the Page of Swords, words do matter, okay? So, maybe someone was being manipulative over you and wanting to exert power over a situation with you. I feel like Spirit's saying you have so much more power than this person. You're 100 times wiser than them with the Magician, okay? And you're loved, okay? Spirit wanting to remind you guys here with this Ace of Cups, do you need to work on your self-esteem? You are loved. We have here emotionally detached. Are you protecting yourself from unwanted drama and stress? Feel positive emotions within yourself. To feel emotions is to live freely. Wow, the Ace of Cups and the Magician. To feel emotions is to live freely. Wow, pile number 2. Okay, too much emotional detachment and from a situation, or we're lying to ourselves here with this manipulative Page of Swords. We're lying to ourselves about what's really going on. And Spirit, and maybe you guys have been trying to emotionally detach from something, but Spirit is saying to feel emotions is to live freely. Okay, and maybe for some of you, like living freely without everyone else like weighing in on what you're doing is really important for you guys, okay? And maybe you are protecting yourself from unwanted drama or stress with this Page of Swords, but I feel like it kind of backfired on you, pile number 2. Do you know what I mean? And maybe you had to get manipulative in this situation, or you had to do something and you got caught or whatever. Spirit is just saying it's okay to protect yourself from unwanted stress or drama. But at the same time, feel positive emotions, or feel negative emotions as well. If you want to feel positive and feel negative. Emotions are not positive or negative, right? Feel emotions within yourself. To feel emotions is to live freely. Okay. I always hate it when people say there's negative and positive emotions. It's what you do with it, right? Pile number 2. And maybe some of you need to stop thinking that way about negative and positive emotions, because a lot of people get go to emotional detachment as a way, as a way to avoid negative emotions, right? Which sometimes we have to do when we're in a very stressful situation, especially as children who've suffered, different abuse or trauma, things like that, pile number 2. But now, like as an adult, as you are here right now, it says feel emotions within yourself, okay? Ace of Cups and Magician. To feel emotions is to live freely, all right? So Spirit wanting you to live more like this, I feel. We have the first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Isn't that right, pile number 2? Like I said, hold it. We ain't finished at the beginning of your reading, where your guides were coming through and saying, hold it. We're not finished yet. So if you guys, with whatever it is that you guys are trying to create, love, passion, excitement, more balance in your life, okay? This type of thing, okay? So Spirit is just saying your commitment to something is being tested. I would say for some of you, your commitment to yourself and your dreams and what you love and what you're trying to create in your life is being tested, all right? Your commitment to that is being tested. And that feels like crap. It really feels like crap. I know, pile number 2, with the Magician and the Ace of Cups, you go, wow, that just sounds like, bliss or whatever. But it doesn't feel that way when you're constantly getting tested, with unwanted drama and stress, okay? And we have Butterfly Spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Wow, this is card number 11. Pile number 2, maybe some of you really like 1111. I also feel with this stop balance, I feel like Spirit is saying, stop balancing. You're like balancing too much, you know what I mean? And maybe it's making you like emotionally detached. Some of you could be like Mercury in Libra, you could be Libras, you could have a lot of air in your chart, whatever it is. I feel like maybe like Spirit's just saying, stop trying to, Spirit wants you to, your commitment is being tested, okay? But you're transforming into something else. So don't hold yourself back by being emotionally detached from your future or for what it is that you want, pile number 2, okay? And Spirit is saying with this Butterfly Spirit, change is beautiful, Change is beautiful. And you guys may be feeling emotionally detached from what it is that you truly want, okay? And maybe, exerting power, some people exerting power over you because you're not emotionally attached to what you really want, or maybe you trying to control situations. But Spirit is like, stop, change is beautiful. And your commitment is being tested, pile number 2, to like what you want and what you're trying to create in your life. Base chakra. Yeah, and interesting here with this, I feel like with red and green, it's like stop and go, okay? When conditions get better with this balance card, it's gonna be time to go, okay? And maybe you guys are waiting for conditions to get better and for things to even out a bit. And that's okay. I feel like that's okay, Maybe some of you don't really want to rock the boat, but you're going to have to, and you're waiting for the right moment, okay? Or maybe that moment already happened. But we have base chakra and stop, okay? So stop worrying. Spirit wants to tell you, especially when it comes to like money, survival, when it comes to feeling a sense of security. Also, our base chakra is like how we're based in the world, right? And with the Page of Swords is not really based in the world. The Page of Swords is like in the astral plane, like doing all kinds of stuff and whipping up his or her, definition or reality of magic, okay? Like the Page of Swords and the Magician, not the most grounded energy. I mean, the Magician does bring things down into a grounded space. That's why I was talking about a container for your magic, pile number 2. And I feel like for you guys, like rooting yourself or grounding is probably very important. Also feeling like you're secure and you're safe and you're supportive and that your foundation is actually serving you, okay? I also feel like with the Magician and the Ace of Cups, it's like we need to have more fun here, okay? And the emotional detachment may be getting in the way of like you having fun, okay? Because there's a price to pay for emotional detachment. I mean, sometimes it's good, we need to have it, but other times it goes too far, you know? We have emotions. Wow, you don't say. For pile number 2, we have card 12 and we have card 11. 11 and 12, okay? Transformation is beautiful. Emotions. Transformation of emotions is beautiful. Emotions in general, right? Feel emotions within yourself. To feel emotions is to live freely, okay? And some of you may have been afraid that you spoke too freely or you said too much, or, you know, and that feeling of embarrassment that I was kind of talking about, okay? And Spirit is just saying, you know, it's okay, like to have emotions and to feel your emotions and to live freely with your emotions, okay? And change is beautiful. And if your emotions are changing about something, you know, let it flow, pile number 2, right? Let it flow. Don't try to stop yourself, all right? So this emotions of letting it flow and letting it go, and Spirit's saying, it's okay that you have emotions. You're an emotional person. You're very clever and interesting as well with this Magician, but you also have a lot of emotion. And that may cause you to react erratically to things or to say things at times, maybe. But Spirit is saying this energy within you is going to be balanced the more that you start acknowledging your emotions, all right? And I think you're going to feel safer too with this base chakra and more secure as well, all right? And we have the eclipse in Aries and collaboration. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise, okay? And we have card 25. And maybe that's what you were trying to do with this Page of Swords, you know, like trying to boost relationships through teamwork and compromise and to talk. You know, the Magician kind of works alone, you know what I mean? And there's something going on right now between you and Spirit that doesn't really have anything to do with other people right now. And it could be like a very like silent and cleansing process and a change in your emotions, pile number 2, okay? Or working with you on an emotional level. And I feel like you guys, the Page of Swords can definitely collaborate and speak on things and speak up and kind of, you know, talk to others. And if there's an element of what you do for work or something that where you have to do that, I feel like maybe some of you could have been dealing with manipulative people as well that lied to you, all right? But I also feel like Spirit is saying, is that what you want anyway? Like those people, that work, that whatever, is that really what you want anyway? That relationship, that person, you know, that line of thinking, okay? Like, do you want that? Is that what you want anyway? Okay? We have, oh wow, we have double Aries energy. We have Moon in Aries and we have Eclipse in Aries. So we have believe in yourself, and look at the butterfly here, okay? Transformation is beautiful. Believe in yourself, and it says courage, all right? Courage, okay? And I do feel like with this Page of Swords, you have to stand up for yourself, pile number 2. And you have to, and if it hurts some people or it pisses some people off and you've been acting too emotionally detached about it and not really admitting your feelings to yourself, some of you could be getting hit with a wave of a lot of emotions here with this Ace of Cups and Magician that are hitting your mind like waves crashing against the shore almost, you know? And Spirit wants to slow that down for you guys, okay? So that you can feel secure, all right? So that you can stop worrying, all right? So that you can You know, your commitment is being tested, but that's okay. You have courage to believe in yourself, all right? And the butterfly is showing up here twice for you guys. So that's a huge symbol. And I feel like you don't have to do this alone here with this collaboration card. I mean, maybe you want to be careful about who you're collaborating with and who you're trusting and what you're saying to them, pile number 2. But at the end of the day, this magician's winking at me. I feel like at the end of the day, you know what's up, pile number 2. I feel like you know what you really want at the end of the day. All right. So that's interesting energy, pile number 2. Now let's go ahead and see here. So your commitment is being tested in order to release some emotions, and Spirit wants you to have courage and stand up for yourself. All right. And hopefully by feeling those emotions and getting them out and letting them run through you like the magician, it'll feel better, okay? We have the Knight of Cups here, so some of you, this situation may involve a Scorpio or a water sign, okay? But let's see, what does this Knight of Cups, what is this, Spirit, what is the purpose of this setback, okay? Talking about moving through emotional energy. All right, letting go, moving through it, not being afraid of these emotions. You know, some of you may have Scorpio in your chart. Let's see what else here. Don't be afraid, right? The Tower, shit, pile number 2. Okay, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, don't give all of your juice away. You know what I mean? To situations that are already you know, that are already flatlining, you know what I mean? And I feel like Spirit is saying it was too late for you to do anything anyway. You know what I mean? And this could be with a specific person. The Tower is a Mars card, which, you know, Mars involves like a cutting of something. And I just feel like Spirit wants to say like there was no way for you to kind of like fix this. And maybe that's not fair. Maybe there's certain things you wanted to say, pile number 2. But I feel like Spirit is saying don't say whatever in this old situation anymore. Just focus on what it is that you want and have the courage, right? To feel your emotions and to live freely, okay? And it's like, I don't think you were gonna, you know, the love that you have to give into situations and the healing that you have to help other people is amazing, pile number 2. Like, you have a great capacity for that, but also you can't save everyone. You know what I mean? And I also, you know, when it comes to other people, I also feel like Spirit is saying that you guys do not back down in the face of, you know, circumstances that seem impossible, okay? And not only do you not back down, you also bring like healing energy and you restore the emotional balance in situations, pile number 2, okay? There are certain lost causes though, pile number 2, that cannot be rectified and cannot be helped anymore because it's too late. And that may be a very hard lesson to learn. And maybe some of those emotions are what is really running through you right now. Okay. But this is very intense energy. So Spirit trying to show you, and this can definitely be like the darker side of emotions. You know what I mean? When we talk about, when we talk about scorpionic energy with the Tower, like this could be anger, this could be violence, this could be, I feel like Spirit is saying there wasn't anything you could have done in that situation. Like that situation, that ship has sunk with that person already, and they had already sealed their fate and delivered themselves to the gods by certain decisions that they made, pile number 2, okay? And so there might be a lot of emotional tenderness around this whole thing for you, pile number 2. And, You know, that whole thing of like, I tried to help in a situation, but it was too late. Okay. Or it didn't mean enough, or it didn't go where I wanted it to go, even though I showed up with a full cup and with a full heart. Okay. And that may make someone feel very angry too, with these two Aries cards here in the base chakra. And with the Tower, there could be some releasing of anger and pain. And I said darker emotions, but again, there's no darker emotions. It's just what you do with them. So there's nothing wrong with anger or rage or sadness or pain. There's nothing wrong with that, pile number 2. And I have to stop myself too with this card and remind myself that there's a balance. See the balance card here of emotions that run through human beings all the time, okay? And it's part of being alive, you know? It blows. I get it. It's easier to stand on the sidelines and look at it than actually be in it. And that's where the emotional detachment, I feel like, is coming into play for you too. Pile number 2. But Spirit really wanting to talk to you guys about your emotions and the way you process them. And, you know, I feel like it's like you think sometimes you're too late to the party, sometimes you're too early to the party, sometimes you're trying to force situations to happen, and not wanting to let go, and other times it was too late, and that's very sad, you know, to go through that, okay? Like when it's like, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing else I can do here. So I do feel like there's a lot of, but Spirit's just saying that's okay. Transformation is beautiful. And change is beautiful. We have to have courage, right? We have to have courage. Pile number 2. All right. And here's the 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. So it's like, I don't want to let go, you know? And, you know, sometimes we suffer a setback in things staying the same, and we're promised something better, or we feel like, you know, we want better, but there's still that burning building that's that's burning in our psyches, and that we keep feeding emotional attention to. And that's why maybe some of you went into emotional detachment as well, which I get it, okay? We can't hold on to things forever. Besides, nothing is ours forever anyway, only our own souls. And I think you know that, pile number 2. I think you definitely know that. Yep, I'm like, let me get one more card, and there's the Devil, okay? Spirit trying to show you, I feel like, where you're putting in emotional power, effort, forgiveness, which forgiveness is a beautiful thing too, but some situations are just like too far gone. They're too much for us to handle. They were fucked before we even started, you know, that type of thing. The situation was already screwed up anyway. And Spirit trying to show you, like, by feeling these emotions and purging it, you guys are going to get closer to what you want faster, okay? Is what I feel like the main message is here for you, pile number 2, okay? And with the Tower and the Devil here, it feels like you're up against a lot, pile number 2. All right, but Spirit wants you to remind you here with this balance card to take your time, because we have this double Aries energy. It's like, I can't slow down, I can't quit. It's like Spirit saying, stop with that, take your time, and make some room in your life for new things to come through. Transformation is beautiful, okay? Thank you so much, pile number 2. I hope that reading resonated for you. It was a very complicated reading. There must be something, I felt there was a lot of energy and complexities in your reading, and I probably could have gone on with that for another hour. But anyway, pile number 2, for those of you that would ever like a personal reading with me, you can always request one. Details are in my description box for how to do that, to help sort some things out. And also, I added a little tip jar to my channel, and if you feel like, you know, giving me money for a little coffee or a tea, or supporting my channel in any way, I really appreciate it, pile number 2, but no obligations, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it for pile number 3. All right. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange tea light, and today's reading is called, What is the Purpose of This Setback? Okay, and we're gonna find out, is the universe playing a cruel joke on us, or what? What is the purpose of it? And for those of you that have been feeling attacked, disappointed, or feeling low because of something that happened, this reading is for you, pile number 3. Happy you're here with me. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. Okay, Spirit's already telling me something about money and contracts. All right. I'm also getting the energy of someone with an X with money and contracts and things like that. Okay, and some fallout from that. All right. And that could be child support. It could be a lot of different things. But it's like when we suffer a setback and it has to do with, you know, like an ex or our money, that can be very disturbing, pile number 3. I know how that is, okay? So let me bring you some light and hope here, pile number 3. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 3s who come here today seeking your guidance. And I also just heard facing the truth, okay? Pile number 3 who's coming here today to face the truth as well. And thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to be the medium between yourself and pile number 3, okay? Spirit's giving me the name Tracy, okay? Maybe Dick Tracy or just the name Tracy. Maybe some of you know someone with that name. Spirit is also saying petunia, which I think is a type of flower. Maybe some of you were called that when you were younger, or maybe your parent or grandparent called you by the name of a certain flower, or some type of thing like my little something or my little flower, something like that. Or maybe you had an ex that would call you something like that. All right. I feel you're very lovable, pile number 3, and Spirit's showing me someone with a really pinchable booty. So is that you, pile number 3? Are you very pinchable that way? I feel like pinch, pinch. Okay. Let's see what else for pile number 3, please. Okay, I just heard Spirit saying you have a smile that lights up the room, okay? Which I think actually comes from a song lyric. Maybe it's a country song, I don't know, but it's like, you've got a smile that lights up the room, okay? So, interesting. Pile number 3. I'm getting like a, what's that song? You Belong to Me. It's a country, I feel like it's a country song, but I'm also getting that song by Sting where he says, you belong to me, every breath you take, every move you make. Okay, so maybe some of you, this has to do with a person from your past, okay? But let's see what else here. And my poor heart aches. You belong to me, and my poor heart aches with every step you take. Okay, yeah, I just heard crushing defeat. So I feel like some of you got very, like when it comes to your heart space or to relationships, I feel like there was something that was very upsetting. And I'm getting dragon energy, and I'm seeing like, it's almost like a sad dragon, like closing their eyes. And I feel like for those of you that have animal totems, I feel like when you go through things that are very sad, like they do too. I feel like they're like, yeah, and that's a weird thing lately that I came to realize. I was doing another reading for someone, and I came to realize that, you know, it's like animal totems can feel our pain and our energy too, okay? Maybe some of you are into that. I just heard octopus and platypus or platypus, okay, which I think is a type of sea creature, as I recall. Anything else? Okay, Spirit is saying marine biologist. So maybe some of you said you wanted to be a marine biologist when you're growing up, or you know someone that is. It's a pretty cool job. Let's see. Anything else here for pile number 3, please? Okay, Spirit's talking to me about lattes and finger food, like lattes and finger food. So maybe you guys were giving samples, or you ate a sample of something, or you were having coffee and little treats with it. We have the 3 of Cups. In every single pile, there has been an amazing card on the bottom of the deck. For pile 2, it was the 10 of Cups. For pile number 1, it was the Empress. And it is 4:20 exactly right now, pile number 3. Look at my clock, 4:20. You know, spark it up if you got it. Anyway, pile number 3, it's 4:20 somewhere in the world, and the 3 of Cups on, oh yeah, and then I just shuffled and there's death too. So definitely a loss of something, or a loss of something really important to you. The 3 of Cups is like that lightness of being and feeling abundant and feeling our hearts full, radiating that joy. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your reading, pile number 3, and see what is the purpose of this setback. We have the 9 of Wands, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have, wow, the 10 of Pentacles. So it could have definitely been, like I said, a contract or a money issue, or something with child support, or something having to do with a court case or money, something like that. Okay. You know, this 5 of Pentacles, it looks like, and my poor heart aches with every step you take. That could be the song for the 5 of Pentacles, okay? And yeah, so I'm not going to say the whole thing about the 5 of Pentacles of someone being left out in the cold, okay? Because I think it's pretty obvious that things have been hard, and I do feel like you guys have been, you know, beaten up by something here, okay, with the 9 of Wands. And I don't mean like literally beaten up, but it could be psychologically feeling very beat by something, or feeling like, I feel like pile number 3, you're a very strong person, okay? I'm also getting knees, like someone may have creaky knees, or maybe someone had a knee surgery or whatever, but something about someone's knees, okay? But I feel like you guys are very strong, you know, persevering type of people. And I feel like you always want to believe that if you put in a lot of effort, and you know life isn't perfect, I feel, pile number 3. You know that. It's not like you're a stranger to hard times. I feel you guys have gone through some hard times in the past, okay? And it could have been with money. It could have been with family, okay? With the 5 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. And some of you may even be thinking about your ancestors as well, and everything they had to take, or everything you had to take because of them, okay? And, you know, the way that the family tree can either be flourishing or it can be poisoned, right? And so much of that gets reflected in our romantic relationships too. With the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, it's like feast or famine. You know, which one is it? The 10 of Pentacles, feast. The 5 of Pentacles, famine. And I feel like you guys just keep getting pulled with this 9 of Wands into this feast or famine energy. And it could have to do with money. It could have to do with relationships, with family, whatever it is. It's like one moment I'm happy and things feel very settled, and like daily life is going on a really nice routine with the 10 of Pentacles. And I feel very appreciated, and I feel safe and secure in my position, or with my money, or just the position that I have in life. And then 1 second later, the rug is pulled out from underneath you. And for some of you, it could be because of a health issue that happened too, as well. Like things were going amazing, making money, doing well, and then a health issue comes up and stabs you in the back or stabs you in the shoulder. You know what I mean? And it's like, ugh, you know? Some of you, because I said that, some of you may have had shoulder pain or back pain or something like that, okay? I'm also getting someone that was on crutches or healing from something like that, okay? It's like one moment with the 10 of Pentacles, we're strong, we're going about our daily life, it's all chill, it's all cool. And then next minute later, we feel like we're alone and no one cares, and there's no one here to help us, and we have to do everything ourselves, and life is exhausting. You know what I mean, pile number 3? Life can be very exhausting. So I'm right there with you, and it certainly does feel like a setback to go from the 10 of Pentacles to the 5 of Pentacles. It's like I was really counting on this money for my family or from my work, etc. I was really counting on this money, and then poof, it disappeared. What the hell? And for some of you, it could be money and health and relationship issues. Just like, you know, just generally a piss poor atmosphere, you know, or just generally a situation that it's like, why does this always happen to me? Why am I always like way up and then way down? You know, it like makes no sense. All right. And I also get that some of you are feeling taken advantage of, is the other thing that I'm getting. Because I feel like you guys are there for other people when times are high, when times are low. I feel like with this Nine of Wands, you're always there and wanting to support other people. But I feel like when times get tough for you, it's like people can't be bothered, which isn't fair. Pile number 3, okay? So yeah, I'm getting the energy. We have hunger here, okay? And, you know, sometimes hunger can make us feel like I'm lacking something in my life and I don't have access to that, and I'm hungry for it and I want it, but I'm so beat up by the, you know, trials and tribulations of life, okay? And I feel like Spirit is trying, let's see what else comes out with this hunger. Creativity, okay. So it's like, I am so tired of, you know, the same thing happening all the time, or just when I think things are going perfectly right, all right? I love the Ten of Pentacles, but it's not really a card of creativity. You know what I mean? And it's a card of stability and every day kind of being the same, and then losing everything or feeling like shit and then having to stand on our own here. But I also feel like your life hungers for some creativity and happiness. And we saw that 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay, Spirit is giving me the V names, or like veranda or something. I know what a veranda is, but like a V name as well. Something, Spirit's also saying verbena. Or isn't that a type of verbena? Verbena, maybe that's a flower or some type of flower thing. I feel like some of you could be into flower essences, or like aromatherapy. Flower essences could be very healing for you. All right. And I feel like you guys have been hungering for something different. Okay. And I feel like Spirit is saying, yeah, everything was great. Everything was kosher day to day, blah, 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 Ten of Pentacles. But, you know, the rug kind of got pulled out from underneath you with this 5 of Pentacles here. And now we have this 9 of Wands, and we're feeling pretty physically beat up. I feel here too, for some of you, like just not feeling our best physically, but still holding our ground, you know? And it's just it's missing. It feels like life is a battle all the time, and it just sucks the life right out of you. Pile number 3, it's like blows, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Spirit is saying your spirit is hungering for creativity and movement and change. We have possessive. You're clinging on to someone or something way too tightly. Learn to let go. Love has no ownership. Everyone has free will. Well, yeah, I know. And we feel like here that in order to hang on to something, we have an opportunity cost of missing out on other things that we could be doing, which would satisfy that hunger. And I feel like Spirit is saying here, if you are starting to feel possessive or clingy or something towards something, or hungry for someone, then work on creative things. Work on your creative stuff, your projects, and you know what you want to create in your life, okay? Possessive energy is like the opposite of creativity, because possessive energy just wants to keep everything the same. And a lot of times we get like that because we just don't want to deal with any more shit. And I know how it goes, pile number 3. Like sometimes I would even feel that way at work. It's like, I don't want anything new to come to me. Just stay away. You know, I've been through enough. Anyway, we have negativity. Let go of the pessimistic attitude. It's getting old. Think of something positive right now. Shift your thinking. Okay. And talking about, you know, being possessive or getting trapped in our negativity and, you know, woe is me. And, you know, legitimately, sometimes woe is definitely me and probably you, pile number 3. Like we all go through it. And sometimes with this 5 of Pentacles, we're just freaking going through it. Okay. But Spirit here, you know, that's why with the 10 of Pentacles, like appreciating what we have when we have it and being just grateful in the moment and not clinging on to things. I feel like that's kind of like a Buddhist philosophy. Okay. And maybe some of you could resonate with that, or spiritually could resonate with that. but it's like, I'm going to appreciate everything in the moment, not just money, not just whatever, not just certain people that I have to have, right? But also my surroundings, the beauty, the creativity that I have access to, right? And I'm not possessive or clinging onto everything, right? Buddhist teaching talks about, that kind of detachment. It's interesting because detachment came up in pile number 2, but from a different perspective, okay? And I feel like it's for you guys, kind of that high-minded detachment is probably good for you guys, all right? Ugh, shit, pile number 3. I'm so sorry, you guys. No wonder you've been feeling so rotten, okay? We have the 10 of Pentacles, and then we have this nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. It's like saying, I wanted everything. I wanted the world with this job, with this person, with this situation. And I put in all this effort to create this, really solid thing. And like, I have to give it all up. I have to let it all go, okay? And it kind of brings up for me, pile number 3, when I was leaving Seattle and moving to Austin, Texas, there was a situation with the movers that really couldn't be handled. So I had to leave all my possessions behind. I only could take what I could fit in my SUV type car, okay? I had to leave boxes and boxes of clothes. I had to leave, I had to leave a brand new bed. There's so much I had to leave, and, and I think that might be something going on with you guys too. It's like walking out of that apartment, and it was exactly at this time of year when that happened. So it's interesting that this is coming up. And I remember walking out of that apartment and looking back and just, bye, it was heartbreaking in a way, but also was freeing. I don't know, pile number 3. I know how hard that is. It's not an easy decision or choice. And it's hard. I can see why it's hard to give up, but Spirit is just acknowledging the setback and saying, yeah, this is, legitimately, this hurts, pile number 3. And I get it. I'm right there with you. And it's not just material possessions, but people and the things that we really love and appreciate in our lives. And it's like, I can't have that anymore, And, maybe with this 10 of Pentacles and this void of course moon, it's just saying that for you guys, success, prosperity, etc., may look a little bit different than it does for everybody else. It might not be the same definition, because the 10 of Pentacles is great, but it's also kind of getting stale in a way, because it's like, it's a 10 in the tarot, and it's just very, very earthly based, okay? It's associated with Malhut on the tree of life, and it's a low, low, low on the tree of life, okay? So it's about spiritually lifting ourselves up, all right? We have a dog spirit, okay? Some of you may love dogs, or you may be very into animals, and we have card number 19. Spirit directing you guys, I feel like, to something that happened when you were 19, or the mindset that you were in. Maybe some of you are kind of around that age, or you just passed that age. But I feel like you guys are very loyal to what you love with this dog spirit, okay? It says be loyal to what you love. And again, I feel you guys are extremely loyal to what you love, almost to the point of getting real possessive about it, okay? And for some of you, animals may be very healing, because they show you they have that unconditional love and loyalty that a lot of times, frankly, humans just don't possess. You know what I mean? Solar plexus chakra, right? I love this hungry for creativity and movement. Also, the solar plexus is the, I will, the I am, the I shall, I shall conquer, I shall move forward. All right. But the solar plexus is also, and I feel like you guys already have a lot of that yang energy anyway, of I will conquer this, I will succeed. But maybe when it comes to negativity in certain areas of your life, you're letting those negative thoughts or feelings kind of overwhelm you. And I know how it is, pile number 3, believe me, okay? But I feel like Spirit is saying the negativity is interfering with your solar plexus chakra. So it's maybe keeping you from doing the things that you'd really like to get started on. For some of you, if you want to get started on a new thing, all right, if you're hungry to start on a new venture or a new thing, or you're hungry to get out of a creative slump, or, you know, you're hungry for something different than hanging on to things, right? And that solar plexus helps power us forward and move us forward, okay? And Spirit saying that, you know, this situation, the purpose of this setback is to show you that, you know, you're more powerful than this, okay? And that you have such a strong will and desire to succeed and to have hope and to move forward, and you know, and to let go and to do something different than everyone else. Pile number 3. We have communication here in number 9, okay? So somebody must have given you a communication about this 10 of Pentacles energy. Like, this isn't going to work anymore. We're not going to have this family together. We can't do this financially. I can't do this financially. You know, whatever it was, pile number 3, I do feel like some of you received a very, very disappointing communication, okay? And for some of you, it could have been like a court order. It could have, I'm just getting like a child support thing as well, money thing. Could have been a very disappointing communication, all right? And I feel like with this 9 of Wands, you guys are gonna come through it just fine. It's gonna take a lot more than that to beat down pile number 3, because pile number 3 is super, super strong. But I also feel like you guys can even gain more strength from letting go of anything you're trying to be possessive over too, okay? And we have here Moon in Leo and heroism, and let your inner hero out, okay? And so Spirit, with this 9 of Wands, it's like, let your inner hero shine, let it come out, be courageous, be brave, be willing to face things head on. I know you will, pile number 3, I know you will. And be the champion of your own story, right? Be the champion of your life, be the champion of your own story. And be loyal to what you love, but not possessive, all right? And let your inner hero out, so that you believe in yourself and you're letting go of the pessimistic attitude. It's like, I can do it, I'm strong. We have here, oh wow, Sun in Leo. We have Moon and Sun in Leo, all right? And we have joy. That's what I was waiting to see. I'm like, this is all a lot of yang, I can do it, push forward, but where's the joy, you know? Where's the fun? Where's the joy? Where's the laughter? And this looks like the 3 of Cups, because there's literally 3 people on here again. And it says a time of celebration and success. And I feel like this double Leo energy is actually talking about you guys like craving the sunshine, the creativity, getting outdoors more. But I also feel like Leo time is going to be massively amazing for you guys, okay? And, you know, we're in Gemini season right now, and then we have Cancer, and right after that is Leo. All right. So I feel like Leo season is going to be super magical for you guys and very, very fun. All right. So that is something to look forward to, my dears, for sure. And let's go ahead and see if there's anything else that Spirit would like to share. Your guys' reading, I feel like, is very straightforward. You know, I feel like pile number 2 is really the most complicated. I think a lot of you see why this is happening too. Like maybe you just came to this video for a confirmation, or you're like, yeah, I know that to be true anyway. Okay. But I think you guys know why some of this is happening or has happened. Of course, we can't explain everything, you know, like it says here, everyone has free will. So sometimes shit just happens and it's bullshit. I know, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and see. Spirit is talking to me about Gemini and Cancer right now too. Those of you that have placements there, let's go ahead and see. Spirit, what does pile number 3 need to know about this setback, please? The 2 of Pentacles. Okay, it's gonna be all right. You may need to move some money around or juggle things, or maybe some of you will like borrow or something like that as well. But I feel like it's going to be okay, and I feel like it's going to come through. And for those of you where this is a money thing, and if you need to pick up more work or you need more things, I feel like you're going to get them, okay? But it just might be like, how do I handle all of this? Okay, so it is going to take some ingenuity, I feel like. I also feel like Spirit is saying with this Two of Pentacles, in 2 months, this feeling of restriction is going to be over, okay? It's not going to last forever. It's definitely not going to last forever. Things feel on the downside right now. I get it, pile number 3, but I do feel like Spirit is lifting you up. And with this Ace of Pentacles, like it's an Ace of Pentacles, like offering you something anew, okay? And let's see what else here. Let's see what else here. Anything else that pile number 3? I mean, it might be a little tricky, but I feel like you guys can do it. We have here the Three of Wands. New exciting opportunities await, okay? And like I said, 3 months from now, it's gonna be Leo season, all right? We're June, July, August. Yeah, 2 months, it's gonna be a little rocky or a little tough here, but I feel like by July, late July, August, going into Leo season, get ready. I feel like all cylinders on go. Pile number 3, there's going to be a massive, like, I feel like a massive injection of energy into you. And I feel like you're gonna know exactly what to do, and you're gonna be motivated to do it. All right. I wanted to go tell 444 in your guys' reading, but it's 441 right now. It's almost 444 in 3 minutes. The Three of Wands, Leo season. It's almost 444, okay? It just turned 442. We're just gonna give it a little bit of time, okay? Pile number 3, just a little bit of time, and I think you're gonna come out of this. Stay strong, pile number 3. Don't give up on your creativity, and I think it's going to get better for sure, pile number 3, okay? So take care, my darlings, and take care everyone who watched the video today. If you enjoy my readings, you can always give me a little donation to my channel or buy me a coffee or a tea. There's a little tip jar in my description box. Thank you so much, pile number 3, and everybody take care.